We as a partner group from day one said that we were going to be transparent. Good news, bad news, whatever it is, if there was a change, we would send out a letter. And we sent out 30-something notes telling people what was going on, what we were doing. We were talking about how we wanted to keep your parents safe, but we also wanted them to be engaged. And it made a difference. It gave people comfort, it gave families comfort. And testing is just part of the environment. And we have been active testing our staff and the residents who live here. And we've done it 3 times. We are very fortunate that our community has stayed so safe.
Sterling reacted very quickly to this. I'll never forget, we had dinner, happy hour, and then they announced that we were going to be locked down. And I think it was very early, and Dee and I applauded the decision at that time. But to see all those tests come back negative, it just shows those decisions were right, they were timely, they were proactive, and it's kept us all safe.
We can't just isolate people. The cure of staying safe, we've got to continue to live. And we balance those two every day. How we kept people safe, but how we kept them engaged and living. And we learned some really valuable lessons, because safe and keeping people active and engaged in life was our 2 top priorities.
I think we've been very blessed to be here, because we have had confinement, yes, but we've also had a beautiful place to be.
We wanted this to be a neighborhood first that happened to have senior services. And in order to do that, you had to have a large acreage, you had to have sidewalks, you had to have different places for people to go and to socialize. If you talk and look at the residents who live in this community, they will tell you they had so many more friends, they were less lonely than if they had stayed in their home. They had things to do. They had people they could see. Yes, they were 6 feet apart, but they had friends they could see outside. The neighborhood sets up for that.
We have adjusted, I think, very well. We miss the opportunities of getting together with other residents, but we are able to see them when we take a walk. We sit on the porch and they walk by and stop and talk with us.
I love walking my little Papillon. We walk the whole perimeter of this place twice a day. I'm thankful that I've got these sidewalks and pretty houses to pass and all of that.
During this time, you were restricted in place. Going to get simple things like groceries exposed this age group more. We help order the groceries for you. When the groceries were delivered, they were delivered to a central point. We cleaned those groceries to make sure they were disinfected. And so we were able to provide these services, but also keep the services that we have been doing, our wellness and programming based on people's talents and interests. So we were able to bring all these services to people's front door.
Well, first of all, I'm thankful I was here and not living in St. Simon's during all of this, because I have the cottage, which I love, and they bring lunch and dinner and my mail, and they'll go to the grocery store for me. They'll do anything. So it's not been a hardship, I'll say that.
We've both really taken advantage of the wellness. It was one of our #1 reasons we chose to move here. Even during this crisis, Sterling was really creative and
we had
really
outside exercise classes. They limited it to 9 people plus the instructor. They videoed some of the regular classes that we could watch at home and exercise along with the videos. They brought some equipment for us. We could keep up with our exercise.
To not miss a beat during this has been wonderful.
I mean, I had no trouble keeping busy. They had things going on all the time. Well, I would get up in the morning, go for a walk, listen to the Mass and the Rosary. Then I'd get on my bike and I'd pedal myself around and do an exercise class from the Sterling girls. And I took up art, thanks to the Sterling. I love it.
I had no intention of being a gardener, but I saw other people, and it's so beautiful here, and everyone loves to come watch the vegetables grow. I accidentally said I was interested, and the lady called me the next day and said, "I have a plot for you." And now I've got a lush garden. I come up at least twice a day to check on it. I love it.
We have friends who are in other facilities, and they are able to get out somewhat degree, but the freedom that we have to just be out all over the campus has been wonderful. We probably see more people here because of wonderful friendships than we would have in our other home.
Oh, no question about it.
And that has made it just a real blessing to be here.
As we go to the next stage, when we talk about dining, we can still have the grill, the club. We can do outdoors at the club. We can do second seatings. And so we have been able to bring people back in the dining, but keep them safe because we have so many different locations.
We're at a point now, they're back to playing cards and they're taking water aerobics and they're doing all the activities just safely.
What we learned from this is that people who live here relied on other people who lived here. And that friendship that they have built here was strengthened during this period. And our staff proved their mettle during this time, having responsibilities at their home and showing up here every day, take care of people and be there for them and be disciplined away from the property. But you really show the care and affection the staff had for the people who live here. And the other thing you saw was the care and affection that the residents had for the staff and the appreciation that the families had level of confidence that they expressed to us that they knew their parents were safe. We took that to heart. It meant what we were doing really mattered.